Parkinson's disease actually starts many years before the manifestation of the first symptoms and consequently the time of the diagnosis. The amount of years that can predict your actual diagnosis are even 20 years. Now, there have been also a few studies that have been shown how no matter the first symptoms are manifesting on one side of the body, when we scan via different neuroimaging techniques the brain of people with Parkinson's, there is a decline or there is abnormal activity in both sides already. Specifically, it has been shown that there is a dopamine loss in both hemispheres. And there have been also studies that have been trying to understand what happens in early Parkinson's. So even with similar damages on both sides of the brain, still symptoms manifest only in one side of the body. And how we think that this is happening, it's due to a phenomenon that we are calling compensation. In a study, researchers have used brain neuroimaging techniques and TMS, so transcranial magnetic stimulation, to analyze and investigate the brains of early stages of Parkinson's and what was happening, of course, in the brain to understand why the symptoms were still occurring just in one side of the body. The presymptomatic part of the brain was working over time. It showed increased excitability and plasticity in the motor cortex, likely as a way to adapt to the neurodegenerative process that was ongoing. The activity over time was trying to fight off the effect of dopamine loss. At the same time, the symptomatic side of the brain, so the one connected to the part of the body that were showing the symptoms, had reduced plasticity. There was weaker communication between the hemispheres. It means that the motor cortex is trying to adapt way before the symptoms occurs, trying to compensate for the deeper brain neurodegeneration. Now, this is of fundamental importance because it opens the door for understanding how to develop treatments and therapies that can boost the natural way of compensating.